A great morning to all of you. You have already studied about noun, pronoun and adjectives. Today we will start fourth part of speech, which is verb. Verb is the most important part of speech because this is the stepping stone to tenses. And tenses are the base of grammar. If your verbs are good, if you have good understanding about verbs, you can do tenses, active passives, reported speech and any kind of compositions. So verbs are very important and you pay attention to this topic. Here you can see some sentences. Neha walks in the garden. Neha is noun, garden is noun here, and what is Neha doing? Neha walks. I like mangoes. What I like? Mangoes. Uh, I like mangoes. What is the action of me here? Like. Reena is hungry. She is dancing. I am happy. Reena is hungry. Here is a state. She is dancing. What is she doing? Dancing. Here this word shows action. I am happy. Here which word shows action? Yes, we will discuss further. Now here's the definition of verb. A verb is a doing or an action word. Like this, what action Neha doing? Walk. What action in this sentence? What word shows action? Like. In this sentence, this is. This is not showing direct action, but this is a state of being. Dancing, here dancing is action. So a verb is a doing or an action word. Verb can express physical actions, mental actions or state of being. Three actions. First, physical actions like to swim, to write, to jump, etc. There are so many. He is climbing on the tree. So what is the action of he? Climbing. And this is a physical action. We can directly look, we can directly see the action. She is running. Running is the physical action. We can call these type of action words action verbs because these are direct actions. Second is mental action that we do mentally, like to think, to guess, to consider, to like, to hate, etc. There are so many. Peter always guesses the right number. So guess is here not physical. This is mental action. I think the same thing. So what I do in this sentence? Think. This is the action, but this is mental action, not physical. And third is a state of being. The one verb is there, to be. The form of be is am, are, was, were. These are forms of be, which is a stative verb. It was a joke. Here was is a stative verb. There is no other verb in this sentence, but was is verb. You are naughty. Here are is verb, stative verb. I am. This is a complete sentence and this is the shortest sentence in English language. I am. So am is here stative verbs. Mental verbs and a state of being, these two are called stative verbs also. Now the types of verbs. There are basically two types of verbs we study: transitive verbs, intransitive verbs. But I have taken here all kinds of verbs: auxiliary verbs, modal verbs and phrasal verbs. We will discuss them one by one. First of all, transitive verb. See these sentences. Shivani makes. What Shivani makes? What? The meaning is not clear here. Parul likes. What? Parul likes what? the meaning is not clear. The driver stopped, here meaning is not clear. So they require an object, like Shivani makes tea, Parul likes apples, the driver stopped the bus. So these are objects. Here subject, verb and object. So these kind of verbs which require an object, these are transitive verbs. Here is the definition: a verb that requires an object after it to complete its meaning is called a transitive verb. Now in comparison, you can see intransitive verbs, the sentence the sun shines. Here the meaning is complete and here is no object. Shines is a verb, shine, smile, playing. The baby smiles, they are playing. They have complete sense. They don't need any object. So a verb that does not require an object to complete its meaning but makes sense by itself is called an intransitive verb. These verbs are making sense by itself. There are some verbs which can be used both as transitive and intransitive. Look at these sentences, here transitive and here intransitive. He flies a kite. The verb is flies and here this requires he flies. What he flies? Kite, object. And in this intransitive, the birds, this is the birds fly. The birds fly. Here fly doesn't need object. Mrs. Jan runs a hotel. Mrs. Jan runs what? A hotel. This is object. Shweta runs fast. No need of object. Mrs. Sharma opens the window. Window is object. The schools reopen. Here no object. She speaks the truth. What she speaks? Truth. This is object. She speaks nicely. There is no object. She writes novels. Novels is object here. Writes verb. And Jatin writes neatly. Here is no object. The third type of verb is auxiliary verbs. We call them helping verbs also. You all know helping verbs. She is singing a song. Here is helping verb and it comes before the main verb. This is main verb and after the subject. The position is after the subject and before the main verb. They were playing, after the subject and before the main verb. This is were, helping verb. So an auxiliary verb accompanies a main verb, means comes together, a main verb to help express tenses, voice or mood. So main auxiliary verbs are, these three are main auxiliary verbs: to be, have, do. And these are used in many forms. Forms of be, am, is, are, was, were, being, been, will be. And the forms of have, has, have, had, having, will have. And the forms of do, does, do, did, will do. Here we have fourth type of verbs, which is modal verb. We can call them modals. Further, I will explain this topic in details when we will take the topic modals. But modals are actually like helping verb. I can run fast. Here this word is like helping verb. You should walk slowly. This is main verb and this is helping verb, like helping verb. These are modal verbs because they express some feeling, suggestion, permission, like this. We shall write an article. So this is main verb and this is modal verb. A modal verb is a type of helping or auxiliary verbs used to express ideas such as ability, possibility, permission, and obligation. So these are modal verbs: can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, must, ought to, etc. The fifth type of verb is phrasal verb. I have already told you about phrases. What is a phrase? Group of 2 or 3 words. So you can understand that these verbs are not in one word. These are 2 or 3 words. So see these sentences. Our car broke down on the road. So broke down here is Jason called the wedding off. Called off. So we can see in some books, or in you may have seen in your textbooks, these type of words: call on, check in. So the first word is verb and the second is preposition, and the meaning is totally changed. So call on meaning is ask for an answer. Check in, check is verb and in is preposition, and meaning is totally different: arrive and register at hotel or airport. So the definition is, a phrasal verb is a multi-word, means 2 or 3 words, verb made up of a main verb and at least one preposition, or any other word that changes the meaning of the verb. Means phrasal verb meaning is totally changed uh, against the main verb. Some other examples: to catch up, to blow up, put off, etc. Now we have verb forms. There were 3 verb forms: present, past, and past participle. We call them first form, second form, and third form. And according to verb forms, verbs are divided into 2 types. First, you can see these forms: ask, asked, asked. So the change is addition of ed. Lent, lent, lent. The removal of d and addition of t. Smile, smiled, smiled. Addition of d. Here spoil, spoiled, spoiled. Here addition of d. So some verbs are changed in form by adding ed, t, ed, d, and t. So these type of verbs are called weak verbs or regular verbs. And the other type is these type of verbs: become, became, become. So what is the change? Become, here the change of vowel. Here o is vowel, here a, and here again o. Get, got. Here is the change of vowel here, and here addition of en, ten. Speak, spoke. Here the changes of vowels and an addition. Run, ran, run. So these verbs are changed by changing of vowels. So changing the vowels, these type of verbs are called strong verbs or irregular verbs. This is the classification of verbs according to verb forms. Now the practice: take at least 50 verbs from your book and write their 3 forms, and mark it as regular or irregular. For example, I have taken like, and in bracket you are to write this is irregular verb or regular verb and 3 forms.